Welcome in, guys, to a tier list video. So we're gonna be doing two portions of this. We're gonna be doing what I believe each agent in their own category is, and then after that we're gonna move on and do all agents as a whole, the whole tier. If you guys disagree with me, that's completely fine. I will first do the tier list for each one and then go over my opinion and reasons why. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let's not waste time. If you guys are here, remember this is my new YouTube channel for VODs and long form content. So if you guys could please subscribe to this YouTube channel, I would really appreciate it. If you guys search up OSKG on its own, that's my YouTube channel for all of my shorts. I'd really appreciate the support, and just make sure you guys check out all the links down below as well. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead, get right into this. I might have said that this is going to be one whole video, but I might split this into multiple videos and have it be um like role by role. So I'll have multiple videos for each role, and it's giving my reasons why I put them in that tier. And then I'll have the very last video be the one where I actually make a decision on the full tier list of which agents I feel are the best to the worst. But we're gonna start with controllers because that is what I play. In my opinion, Omen is the best controller, and then Astra is pretty tied up with Omen, honestly. After that, I'd put Viper. After that, I think I would put um Harbor, and very last I'd put Brim. So let's go ahead and kind of get into it, right? Omen. You have your smokes, you can replenish your smokes. You have a blind that can help initiate, and you have your shotted step, which is good util to use if you want to play kind of aggressive or if you need to get out of dodge in certain situations. I feel like smart players are really good with using all of that util. Um, so that's one of the main reasons why I think that he's one of the best controllers. Next to that being Astra, the concussant pool being used together is really overpowered. The post plant possibilities that you have with Astra are really well, um, are really just like good util. The fact that you can use up to 4 smokes with Astra is really good. The thing that you have the 4 stars, you can use them as whatever you'd like on your utility belt. Uh, that's really one of the main reasons that I feel like those two are the best. Viper isn't that far off. I just, in my own personal take, I feel like she is A tier because solo, I feel like only Viper only works on certain maps, right? So, for example, I feel like one of the maps that she could be good at is on Pearl, right? Like Pearl, she would be good, but mainly just for if you're trying to hit B a lot. Usually, whenever I see people run Viper, I'd usually uh would see like a second controller, it would be recommended because once you use your wall, and if you try and do like a lineup with the orb and it goes way too far, it's out of reach, it's dangerous to get it, it's gone. No more smokes. If you have to rotate to plant on a different site, you're SOL, you don't have a smoke anymore. The only reason I think Harbor is better than Brim is because he gets his wall back, so you don't really end up not having smokes after you use the 3 that Brim has, right? Also, this is based off my own experience, and obviously I just now recently hit Ascendant 1, so I'm now officially like in the higher elo, but I've experienced I before I started insta locking Astra, that I just can't trust people playing controllers in the lower when I was in the lower ranks, especially because people would pick Brim because they like their post plant util, right? They like the Molly, they like the ult. But what this gets people to get like focused on is that they start focusing more on using the um the Molly and the ult, that they don't focus on their gun skill, which makes usually Brim players have get more nervous when it comes to clutch situations, or like they're some of the last people alive in post plant. Also, in lower elo, people don't know when to smoke, and sometimes people don't even know how to smoke, right? Sometimes people will put down smokes and they'll be out of place, they'll be um misplaced, and also like people will hear one footstep and they'll pop a smoke down as Brimstone. That's two that you have left after that. Like you don't get smoke specs. Um, so that's one of the main reasons that I feel like he is the worst out of all of the controllers. I know a lot of people are going to be upset, that Daddy Brim is my last. It's just it makes the most sense. Um, Obviously there's cons to I feel like all of the agents. Um, just like there's pros, there's cons. Astra, I feel like if you're playing with someone that doesn't normally play Astra, if they're putting down their stars prior to the round starting, like let's say on defense, it's a huge mistake, right? You don't want to just pop all your stars down because taking them back obviously takes a couple seconds to get them back, right? So whenever you retrieve your stars, if you had placed all of them down and you need a star for a different area to try and help your teammates, that's already a con. Like people, this is more of like a getting to learn the agent, um, a con, right? Also, the con versus Omen, you don't constantly regenerate the smoke. I feel that the con with Omen is that in lower elo play, a lot of people will like to lurk with Omen when Omen can be pretty useful to play with the team and initiate. I fall under this when I was in lower elo and I started off playing Valorant using Omen. I would lurk a lot when I've now come to realize how useful he can be to entry. Recently, I was watching one of I can't remember if it was challengers or no, I think it was Sen. Yeah, it was Sentinels with they were on Haven, and what they would do is they would have their initiator, but they would also have Omen. They would send Omen short, and from short, inside of sewers, the very bottom, you could blind the close corner coming out of short, and you could also hit the people that are back sight with the Omen paranoia. So when Jet dashes in, doesn't really have to worry about the person close, like by graffiti wall, and the person back sight because they'll be blinded, right? It's really hard to dodge that Omen blind if you don't see it coming. Plus your other initiators blinds, whether I think they had a breach. So yeah, like I just think that that's huge, especially with like a breach Omen combo where you concuss and flash or paranoia. It could be really well put together. Then again, team play and lower elos non-existent. Shoot up with that 2 or 3. Um, the cons of Viper again, if you use her util, the wall you put it down, you can't pick it back up. The orb, if you throw it and you like line up, once you throw it, it's gone. You're not able to pick it up unless it's in a safe area, right? Harbor's con, I feel like it's hit the for one, his ult is not that OP. It's really easy to, especially if you're behind cover and you have enough space to move around. It's really easy for the ult not to get you concussed, and you can still play in the ult. Um, and also the bubble. It's so easy to break that it's not really that handy, and it's not like mollies can't go through it. Um, if you two can still go through it, so I feel like it's not even that big of a like advantage, right? So I still think that those things are the fact that it slows your teammates when they go through the walls as well. That's a pretty big con in my opinion. And as for Brim, his biggest con I feel like is the fact that he doesn't get smokes back because once he has a 3 on, they're gone. And also, there's a lot of times where kids in lower elo will throw a stim beak, not like on their teammates when they're in the middle of a fight. And what they don't understand is that whenever you throw a stim beacon, it speeds up the rate of fire. And if somebody is in the middle of a fight with someone, let's say they're just starting a fight, first 3 bullets are pretty accurate. First 3 bullets are pretty accurate. So you throw that stim beacon, and if they only shot the first bullet, and then all of a sudden they're like in a full spray because of the stim beacon, it can throw them off their groove. And like, just if you're in lower elo and you're trying to play smokes, I would recommend that you stop trying to focus on playing Brim because of his lineups and like that safety that you feel, like that safe, that like this that you feel from being able to play post plant like away from sight. You got your lineups and stuff. I feel like you guys should definitely focus on learning Omen, Astra, Viper, primarily, and then focus on like Brim and Harbor. Then again, obviously, if you and your friends have like your little setup and that's why you need Brim, understandable. For example, I think Haven Brim can play it really well if you learn how to play him correctly. Especially since there's those two long passageways both on A and C with the stim beacon. It'll be great for rushes. For example, if you have Neon and a Jet with a Sky or a Breach initiators, um, even KO initiator, right? To the point where you can work up C long or work up A long. You boost Jet, helps them get up like up the lane faster, and even Neon with like them sprinting. It could be played well, but people I feel like focus too much on the use of the Molly and the ult on Brim instead of focusing on learning the best way to use smokes as a limited amount. Besides that, I think that's pretty much it. I really want to see people's comments on what they think about my thoughts. I think the biggest issue that people are gonna have here with my ideas of like the ranking, I think people are gonna fight for Brim, and I also think people are gonna say that Viper is S tier. But like I said, the fact that she doesn't have regenerating smokes or multiple smokes up capabilities is puts her at A. But again, still doesn't mean that she's bad, right? Because she's still better than Harbor, and he regenerates smoke. Her utility, the rest of her utility gets her up to A. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope to see you guys for the next one. I think I'm gonna do Initiator next because that's usually what another 8 like. Blah, blah, blah. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure that you guys comment down below and tell me how wrong I am because I'm horrible and Viper should be higher and Brim should be higher. No, but seriously, I do want to get into some conversations with you guys. And again, remember, this is my long form content channel. My shorts channel is just Oski G by itself. And make sure that you guys check out all the links in my link tree. Okay? Have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.